Have you guys ever wondered how people like Hamza, Alex Samosi, Iman Gadzi, they all seem to have this unstoppable drive? They are destined to achieve their goals. The thing that's causing their drive, testosterone. Two main ways you can get or create testosterone. One is through taking gear, and the second one is through sleep and good quality sleep. And unless you plan on doing gear anytime soon, you've come to the perfect video. I'm going to show you how you can master your sleep to maximize your testosterone. And as always, guys, there's going to be a little bit of science back behind this video as well. Without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the video. How to maximize your testosterone by sleeping. So, testosterone. We all know that testosterone is the male hormone that is essentially responsible for drive and taking action and the kind of get up and go and, you know, goal setting and getting those goals. And there's two ways that the body can make testosterone. It can either make it itself, or you can essentially give it testosterone. So you can either be on gear, people supplement gear and replace their testosterone for supraphysiological doses, which means that they can have more testosterone. Or if you simply want to naturally increase your testosterone, all you've got to do is sleep, because that's the only time that your body gets to make it. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on how you can have the best sleep possible, basically, so that the next day you're going to have as much testosterone as possible, bearing in mind that your diet's on point, you're training and you're doing physical activity, you're not obese, and you're staying away from estrogen and things like plastics. So we've got these three guys here. If you don't know who they are, get to know them. We've got Iman Gadzi, Alex Samosi in the middle, and Hamza on the right. All guys that are natural, not on gear, maybe. And yeah, all have great sleeping regimens, which means that they all maximize their testosterone capability. Okay, so the first step is to wake up naturally to sunlight, okay? So you're gonna try for a week, wake up without an alarm, all right? Now, this might be quite difficult if you've got to be places, a 9 to 5, etc. But what I'd say is get to bed early the night before, and genuinely just try and let your body wake up, okay? Make sure you've got your blinds open. If you're in a room that has blinds, make sure they're open, make sure sunlight can get in the morning, and try and let your body wake up naturally to sunlight. It's going to get a little bit sciencey here, but essentially there are these kind of photoreceptor cells in the bottom of your eyes at the back, and they essentially are designed purely to detect sunlight. And it's quite complicated to explain, but essentially all the other lights that you can generate yourself in the room are not going to be nearly as powerful as actual sunlight coming through your open window, not through the actual glass, like into your actual eyes. So go outside and make sure you get natural sunlight first thing in the morning after you wake up. This is going to release a cascade of hormones in your brain that's basically just going to allow to downstream testosterone and to release testosterone. So you want to make sure that you're getting sunlight in your eyes. It's also going to start, based on those little cells in the back of your eyes, what is essentially a clock inside your brain, okay? 24-hour clock, and that is your brain's circadian rhythm. And when you allow sunlight into your eyes without waking up in the darkness from an alarm clock, instead you're actually just waking up from the sun, what it's essentially going to do is start this clock, and it's essentially going to make you be able to have an even better sleep the next night. So obviously this is a video about sleep, not waking up, but this step is crucial in order to have a good sleep that night. Okay, you need to make sure you can wake up naturally to sunlight. It's going to set that clock. Okay. All right. So step 2 is avoid eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Now, I've been a victim of this before myself, where I get those midnight cravings and, you know, late night cravings right before I'm supposed to go to bed. And I go downstairs and I end up getting some chocolate out, some biscuits, and I end up just snacking away, right? 1, it's not helping my fat loss goals by any means. And 2, it's filling my body up with carbs, spiking my insulin, spiking my blood sugar right before my body's about to relax and get to sleep, and it makes me have an awful night's sleep. Best thing to do is have your last meal 2 to 3 hours before you're going to go to bed. So if you're going to go to bed at 9:30 or 10, then make sure you have your last meal at about 6, 7, right? Simple as. Once you've had your last meal, that's your last meal. Don't have anything else, okay? If you need to have your main sort of big afternoon meal at 5, so that means you can have a snack at 7, then do so, right? Just make sure that you leave yourself 2 to 3 hours totally fasted after you've eaten before you go to bed, okay? It's going to massively improve your sleep, and it's just going to help your body wind down. And it's also going to help with your intermittent fasting if that's something you're doing. It's going to mean that the next morning, the longer you're fasting the next morning, the longer you'll have fasted overall, because you'll have fasted for some of the evening the night before. All right, this one might seem obvious, but avoid bright lights in the evening, okay? So many times where I'm just tempted to look at my phone on a night, meant to be going to sleep, and I'm there on my phone, right, watching YouTube, looking at fucking Snapchat, Instagram, yeah? All the blue light that's coming off my phone and going into my eyes is, remember those little cells that I told you about? They're actually called retinal ganglion cells, right? Sciencey, I know. They get more and more sensitive as the day goes on. So remember I talked to you about the circadian rhythms at the start of the video? When they're set towards the end of the day, the cells become more and more sensitive as your body prepares to get to sleep, right? Which means if you then bombard those cells with blue light, it can trick your body into thinking it's the morning still, and it can actually release the same chemicals and hormones to get your body ready for the day, even though you're trying to get to sleep, okay? Now you can imagine the effect this is going to have on your night's sleep, okay? So make sure you make it a priority not to have any bright lights, especially blue light, around you after sort of 4 or 5 o'clock-ish, right? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock onwards, right? That is where you want to make sure you're not got any bright lights going into your eyes. Sunlight's all right. The sunset is actually fine, because the light that comes off the sunset when it's setting behind the horizon is like red light, okay? It's like not blue light. Our cells, they don't really read that. It's the strong, powerful blue light that we get from like LEDs and laptop screens and TV screens and these kind of things. Avoid them at night. It's going to ruin your sleep, okay? If you need to wear blue light blockers, wear blue light blockers. If you need to you scroll the brightness down on your phone. If you need to be on your phone for whatever reason, you need to be on your laptop, scroll the brightness right down on the afternoon, right? It's just going to help your eyes. It's going to help you get a much better night's sleep and overall produce more testosterone in your sleep, because basically for your body to produce testosterone in your sleep, you need to be in REM sleep for as long as possible. That's when it's going to be actually producing the testosterone, right? So if you are tossing and turning all night, waking up multiple times in the night, do you think your body's produced a lot of testosterone? No, it's not, right? So if you want to have a great day and you want to be able to achieve and smash your goals, and you need testosterone for the thing that you're doing, which you probably do, then you want to basically avoid bright lights before you go to bed, essentially. All right, step 4. This is the last step, guys. Now, this one's probably one of the most important steps. It sounds like a silly step. It sounds like something you've heard before, but it's probably something that you're not doing. And this is getting 7 to 8 hours minimum per night of sleep, right? Like I've just mentioned, testosterone's manufactured in the body. Now, who do you think is going to get more testosterone the next day? Who do you think is manufacturing more testosterone? The guy that gets 3 hours sleep or the guy that gets 7 hours sleep? One guy's had 3 hours to produce testosterone, the other guy's had 7, right? It's not rocket science, guys. If you're not sleeping on a night and you're getting 1 hour sleep, so many guys I know, even gym guys at my work, whatever it is, they kind of brag. They think it's cool. Like, oh yeah, I went to bed at 2 a.m. last night and they're at work at 7. Like, they're sort of bragging about it like it's a cool or like funny thing to like not slept. It's like, bro, you just don't have any testosterone. You just like, you have the same amount of testosterone as like my girlfriend, right? It's like, it's not impressive, right? Get 7 hours of sleep minimum per night, okay? And I've been in this situation myself, right? When I was like 17, 18, I used to just literally watch YouTube all night, and I mean like until 3 o'clock every night, especially in COVID. Wow, I used to literally just stay up all night watching fucking Netflix and YouTube, and yeah, my sleep suffered massively. I was getting about 4 hours of sleep a night, and I'm telling you, there's no chance I'd have been making a YouTube channel back then with that amount of sleep that I was getting, okay? So make sure that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night minimum. So that covers it, guys. Write down any of these tips if you need to remember them. Remember to write things down that you find useful, informative. Please do let me know in the comments if you found any of these tips helpful. And I look forward to hearing how your next night's sleep goes after implementing all of these steps. As always, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.